Alright guys, it's me Slimmy V, and over here tonight I am going to be talking about Pro-Vax Ben, who will not comply with Biden's COVID mandates. This is actually what we need. Um, to tell you about Ben Shapiro, I actually agree with 90% of what he says. Uh, you know, um, I'm with him. I'm not really with that whole vaccine thing, but how he is going about it, I think is fair. He believes it. He wants to take it. He is encouraging people to take it because he believes in it, but he is not mandating it, and he's actually against Biden's mandates. So I like the idea of having people who are vaccinated, who are pro-vax, who are anti um, COVID vaccine mandates. Okay, so with that being said, let you hear what he says and let's make sense of it. All right, let's go.
Ben, your company's got over 100 employees, so what are you going to do? Are you going to listen to the president? Everybody going to roll up their sleeves, or are you going to take a different approach?
Of course not. We're going to use every method and resource at our disposal to defy the president's unconstitutional order. And this is coming from somebody who's very pro-vaccine. I was vaccinated as soon as possible. I've encouraged everybody to get the vaccine, or pretty much everybody to get the vaccine. And the notion that the federal government has the ability to force every business in America with over 100 employees. By the way, I'm not sure why it's over 100 employees. Theoretically, it should be every business in America because you can get infected anywhere, right? But every business in America with over 100 employees to either force its employees to vaccinate or force them to test every week or fire them, presumably. He said he came into office saying, I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm not going to shut down the country. I'm going to shut down the virus. He failed to shut down the virus. So now he's going to shut down the economy and the country, apparently.
Well,
All right, so you heard what he says. Now, man, all right. So let's get this straight because this is very confusing. They want to separate vaxxers from anti-vaxxers, right? People who aren't vaccinated. Let's make sense of it. You're vaccinated. It is said that you are being vaccinated. It's safe, it's effective, and should protect you from the virus, right? Should protect you from the virus. So therefore, okay, now let's go on the other side. The other side is anti-vaxxers, people who aren't vaccinated. So they're prone to catching the virus, possibly getting sick, according to the CDC, ending up in a hospital, and a higher or greater chance of dying, right, than those who are vaccinated. So shouldn't that be their choice? Shouldn't that be the anti-vaxxers' choice? They choose to go that path and want to die. Like, what's the big deal? They want to die? Let them die, right? But are they afraid that those who are not vaccinated will have COVID and pass on to those who are vaccinated? Then if that's the case, then how is it very effective in protecting you from COVID? So does the vaccine work or doesn't it, or it doesn't work? Which is it? Because this is very confusing. Let's go to this clip real quick. Biden, the vaccine will protect you. Also, Biden, we have to protect the vaccinated, those who are vaccinated, from the unvaccinated. Let's try to make it make sense, right? Now, whether the clip is, it's put together, but it is still an indication of what these people were saying, and it is very confusing. Listen.
We're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. If you're fully vaccinated, you're highly protected from severe illness, even if you get COVID-19. We're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. If you're fully vaccinated, you're highly protected from severe illness, even if you get COVID-19.
Even if you get COVID-19. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Why are you segregating vax and anti-vax? Make it make sense. Ben says this later on in this take. Let me see. What does he start talking here? I know he says it.
Are you prepared for this?
We are. I mean, we are staffing up right now on the legal side. We are already getting any lawsuit ready that needs to be gotten ready. We have to see the actual regulations, know the details of that lawsuit. What we can tell you is that the provisions that Joe Biden is going to be citing under OSHA are wildly overbroad. And frankly, I think that he's made a huge tactical legal blunder here. I think there's every possibility that something like this goes to the Supreme Court level, and suddenly we see a complete rewriting of the administrative state because Joe Biden couldn't get his act in order, and so he decided to issue a tyrannical and authoritarian order here.
Also, you had an interesting tweet, which is getting a lot of news, when you said maybe if we tell Joe Biden that the Taliban isn't vaccinated, he'll get just as mad at them. Does it astound you in all seriousness that his anger is focused on the unvaccinated in America, as small a percentage as that is, and not on the terrorist regime that has taken over a country and the embarrassment that he's caused our nation?
We're not even a year into this presidency, and this is a failed president on every level, and so he's attempting to redirect all of the ire at his presidency at your fellow Americans. You're supposed to be angry at your neighbor for unvaccinating if you're vaccinated, even though Joe Biden himself yesterday said that your unvaccinated neighbor effectively poses no threat to you. Instead, Joe Biden wants you to be angry at that neighbor as opposed to him. Here's the reality. If you don't like lockdowns, if you don't like mandates, look at the person who's attempting to issue the lockdown and the mandates, the person who's attempting to control American business top down, who's attempting to control every school in America top down. Maybe you should direct your ire at that person, not the person living next door.
Let me rewind that section again. You need to listen to, because Joe Biden be saying these crazy things that is the antithesis of what he just said. And it's crazy how it's just banging into each other, and then people are just falling into this trap by saying, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like, you really thought that made sense? So let me rewind it again. You need to really listen to this and ponder this. Let's see.
To redirect all of the...
Let's see.
Is focused on the unvaccinated in America, as small a percentage as that is, and not caused our nation.
To redirect all of the ire at his presidency at your fellow Americans. You're supposed to be angry at your neighbor for unvaccinating if you're vaccinated, even though Joe Biden himself yesterday said.
Joe Biden yesterday said himself, listen to what Ben says,
that your unvaccinated neighbor effectively poses no threat to you.
The unvaccinated neighbor effectively poses no threat to you. Okay, look, I don't know where Joe is getting that information from, but if he is correctly spewing something that the CDC was saying, then what is the problem? Why are we mandating everyone to get vaxxed up? If they're choosing to not be vaxxed, that means okay, look, if you claim these vaccines work the way they do, and these people refuse to get vaxxed, then they choosing their path. Oh, yo, dude, we try to help you. Look, if something happens to you, you get in a hospital, we're going to try to help you. But if you die, hey, maybe you should have been vaccinated. But that's not the case. The case is vaxxers are also going into the hospital, not at a higher rate, according to data and statistics, not at a high rate, but we can't say that they're not. Okay, so that's the point. This is what I actually wanted to show you and share with you tonight. Okay, so please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, let everyone see how confused President Sleepy Joe is. All right, Ice Cream Slurping Joe. I don't know, which nickname do you like, Sleepy Joe or Ice Cream Slurping Joe? He got a lot of nicknames out there. But anyways, you're not offended. You probably wasn't watching or listening. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out. Peace.